Once, a long, long time ago in northern India, there lived a mighty sultan, and he had 3 sons and 1 niece. Hussein the eldest, Ali the middle, and Ahmed, who was the youngest. And his young niece Nuranahar, whom he deemed to marry to a suitable person who would ever be worthy. And his 3 sons competed for the hand of their beautiful cousin, the Princess Nuranahar. And they were always fighting about, "No, she loves me best. No, she loves me best," said Ahmed. "No, she loves me best." And the Sultan, he didn't know what to do. So he gathered his 3 sons together one day. And he said, "My sons, I have decided that I will send the 3 of you on a quest. Whoever can procure for me the greatest, most splendid treasure in all the land will have the hand of your cousin Princess Nuranahar in marriage, and will inherit my kingdom after I pass away." So the 3 princes met at a khan, a little pavilion with an overtopping canvas type. And they decided that they would meet back here on the day when they all found their treasures. The first one to go, the first one was Hussein, who decided to go on the southern Indian coast to the great city of Bisnagar, where the flowers bloom in abundance, and then, for the Indians love their flowers, and many flower sellers in the whole city. And he's searching the city until he finds one merchant pavilion, and the merchant says, "I'm selling wondrous carpets with miraculous flower designs on them, beautiful beyond belief. And oh, they're very beautiful, but I don't know if it's that wondrous a treasure. Perhaps you have anything more special than this?" "What's more special than a flowered carpet?" "But yes, I do," says the merchant. "Here, this carpet is no ordinary carpet." "It's not?" says Hussein. "No. You see, it's a flying carpet." "Don't jest, merchant. Try it out yourself, young man." So Hussein gets on the carpet, and all you have to say is, "Fly, carpet, fly." He gets up on the carpet and whoosh. It is a flying carpet. "How much will you pay?" 40 coins of gold, says the merchant. "It's worth every penny. Here." Thank you. I hope it gives you much delight and pleasure." So Hussein takes his magic carpet and flies off back to the Khan to await his brothers when they arrive. The next is Ali, who decides to go to Shiraz, which at that time was the capital of Persia. And he goes into Shiraz, and again he finds a merchant. There, he says, "I have a treasure I think you might like, young man. It's a tube, a telescope made of ivory." "I have seen a telescope before, thank you." "This is no ordinary telescope, for you see, you look in it, and you just ask what you want to see, and it will show you anything from any part of the world." "Really? Here, let me try." So Ali looks up, holds up the telescope, and he looks through. "I wish to see the Princess Nuranahar, please." He looks through. "She's taken sick. She's grievously sick." "How much? I'll buy it. Any price you name, merchant." "Only 40 purses. 40 coins of... purse of 40 coins of gold." "It's worth every penny. Here." And so he goes off, rides off back to the Khan to await the arrival of his brothers. He meets up with Hussein. The next is Ahmed, who decided to go to the great city of Samarkand. And while in Samarkand, he encounters his own merchant. Yes, I have something which is miraculous. I may be just a simple fruit seller, selling apples and all manners of fruits. But I have a fruit that I think you'll be especially interested in buying. It's a golden apple. A golden apple, says Ahmed. That is miraculous, but it's just my father has a lot of gold. This is not me, a golden apple boy. When you smell it, if someone's ill or sick, that apple will miraculously heal them and bring them to full health. I'll buy it. How much is it? 40 coins of gold. Here. It's worth every penny, says Ahmed. And so he meets up with his brothers at the Khan, and they discuss all the treasures that they've got. Well, we've certainly made a good turnout, says Hussein. A flying carpet, a telescope that can see anything you wish. Here, let me try that. It does work. And an apple that can cure people. Did you test this out, Ahmed, before you bought it? Yes, I did, brother. For the merchant said, if you don't trust me, I know of a sick person in the city. So he brought me to him. And he was planning on visiting him that day anyway to heal this man. So he brings me to him, and he has the man sniff the apple, and he was cured. He had leprosy, and he was completely cured of his leprosy. Well, seeing as how we've all looked into the telescope, and Princess Naranaha is deathly ill, I think we better get there post-haste to heal her. So they all get on the magic flying carpet together and set off back home to their father's capital city, back into the palace. Just in the nick of time, Ahmed pulls out his apple and tells Princess Naranaha, Princess, smell this golden apple. You will be well. She smells it, and she awakes. I'm feeling a lot better now, says Princess Naranaha. Thank you for saving me. And so the princess's life was saved. And now the king goes up to his sons. The son stands before him and says, Now, my sons, who shall marry your cousin, the Princess Naranaha? Who shall marry her? For these treasures seem equal to me. If it had not been for the apple, Ahmed's apple, she would have died. But if you had not been for the carpet, you would not have got in there in time. But if it had not been for the telescope, you wouldn't have known she was sick. So, I decree that the three of you shall have an archery contest to determine who shall wed Princess Naranaha. Father, says Hussein, you can't do this. We all know Ahmed is the best archer in the land. He'll outdo us all. But my sons, it shall not be an ordinary archer contest to see who can shoot the straightest to the target. It will be who can shoot the furthest. So they have the contest, and Hussein shoots first and draws his arrow. Looses it. It goes quite a distance. Then Ali draws his arrow. Goes even further. Then Ahmed draws his arrow. Pulls back. And it goes up into the air and it disappears, and they go looking for the arrows. But Ahmed's is nowhere to be found. Only Ali's and Hussein's, and Ali's was the furthest to go, so the king, the sultan, proclaims, Ali, you shall be my heir, and you shall wed Princess Naranaha. And so a great wedding is held. Hussein, on the other hand, is a bit discouraged that he did not win, but he says, Allahu alam, Allah knows best. I shall go off and become a dervish and attach myself to a great sheikh. And Ali and Nuranahar are living well in the palace as husband and wife, heir apparent. But Ahmed, I don't understand it. Where did my arrow go? So he goes off to look for his arrow, where it probably would have landed, and it brings him to a deep forest. It brings him to, in the forest is this deep rock face, almost as if there's caves. And he goes up and, there's my arrow, sticking out of a bush right next to the rock face. And he notices something peculiar about the rock face, and looks like there's a door here. And he's looking at it, and he starts examining it, and he starts to push it, and he pushes in, and it completely disappears as he pushes it in, and it leads him down a winding staircase down into a vast cavern. And then as soon as he enters into this large cavernous room, lights light up from all directions and sconces on the walls. And the room is like a palace with carpets and flowers and braziers and reclining chairs, and out comes the most beautiful woman. But she doesn't look like a mere mortal woman. She looks like one of the jinn. And she comes out and says, I am Queen Perie Banou. And she's surrounded by all her fairy attendants of the jinn realm. This great genie princess stands before Ahmed. And Ahmed humbles himself and bows down before this great, beautiful queen of this great ethereal people. I am at your service, milady. I did not mean to stumble. I was looking for my arrow. My brothers and I had an archery contest, and he explains the whole thing. No need to explain. I am Queen Perie Banou. For you see, it was I who was the 3 merchants who you and your brothers bought those treasures from. It is not by chance that you happened to stumble in my palace, for I think you are destined for far more than to rule just a mere ordinary human kingdom. You are destined to be my consort and king. Oh, lady, if I am worthy, you are worthy. And so they have a great wedding, and Prince Ahmed is married to Queen Perie Banou of the Jinn realm. And now it's been several months pass, and Prince Ahmed starts to long to see his father and his brothers, and to see his old world again. And he asks his wife, can I go see them? I long in my heart so badly to see my father and brothers again. Why do you need to? Everything you need is right here with me, my love, says the genie. I suppose you're right. And so the months pass, and the Sultan is worried. Oh, Ahmed, you always were my favorite son. Where have you disappeared to? Why did you go off to find your arrow? I always loved you best. And his kind-hearted vizier, don't worry, said his kind-hearted vizier. Everything will be okay. Your son Ahmed will come back in time. And so the vizier would try to calm Sultan, but no, he's lost. And so he starts to despair. So he goes to see a witch. He says, witch, you must try and figure out where my son is. I will do my best, sire. I will do my best to try and find your son. So she goes off to try and find out where he is, but she has no luck. So eventually the months pass on more, and Prince Ahmed starts to long in his heart to see his father. And finally he convinces his wife, Perie Banou, to let him go. I will be back, my love. I promise. Yes, you must see your father. You must. But do not get too caught up in worldly affairs. Don't tell him where you have been or what has happened to you. Only tell him that you are content and happy and resigned with your fate, and just happy to see your father again. So he goes off with his large retinue of fairy folk, of jinn folk, and they ride on their horses with a great precision, and they approach the city of his father. "It is I, Prince Ahmed, come to see my father, the Sultan." "Ahmed has returned. Alhamdulillah." And they comes out and they have a joyous meeting. "My son, where have you been? Where have you been?" "Father, do not ask me where I have been. Only know that I am safe and sound, and I am happy to see you again. And that I am resigned with my fate. And do not question me further. I am just happy to be with you, my son." So Ahmed visits his father for several weeks, and then he'll return back with his retinue. "Where is my son going off to all the time? And who are these strange people, these guards? They don't seem human to me." So it keeps going back and forth like this, and the Sultan starts to get curious. So he goes to his witch. "I see you have known word, and you have not been able to figure out where my son Ahmed has been going to, or where he's been all this time. I want you to try hard. I will follow him when he goes to return to wherever he comes from." So the witch follows in secret. She casts her magic, and she hides behind trees as the retinue with Prince Ahmed and his retinue return back to the Jinn realm, deep in the forest, back to the rock face. And she watches as the door opens and they all enter in the rock face, and they materialize inwards. And she follows. Before the door closes behind, she slips in behind. And she follows down. That's what she wanted to do, but she decided to be a little smarter than that. So she pretended to be sick, a sick old woman, because she knew she was not going to be able. Her magic spells of invisibility were not going to be able to work against the Jinn folk, because she recognized these people as Jinn. She knew it, being a witch. And so Ahmed notices this old woman just before they're going to enter the rock face. "So, old woman, what are you doing out here?" "I am sick, son, and I don't feel well. I got lost in the forest." And Ahmed takes pity on her. Come with me. I will take you to my wife. She will heal you." And so Prince Ahmed takes her down, and the witch brings her. He brings the witch before his wife, Queen Perie Banou. "Can I talk with you in secret, husband? This witch, I do not think her intentions are all that good or pure. This woman, I suspect she is something more." "Oh, do not say such things. Let us just take care of her as best we can and heal her. I must go see my father again. I miss him again already." So Ahmed sets off again with his retinue in a few weeks' time. And Perie Banou and her maidens attend to the old woman, and they bring her to the Fountain of Lions, where the water can heal all wounds. "Drink this water, and you will feel all better." So the old woman drinks it and says, "Yes, I feel refreshed and all better. Thank you. And now you must be off. Here, let us escort you to the doors." And they lead her off and let her go off on her own way, where the witch returns. Now, Prince Ahmed and his retinue have already left back to Princess Banou when the witch arrives back to the Sultan. So the witch returns to the Sultan's palace and tells the Sultan about everything she saw. He's married to a queen of the Jinn, says the witch. And I pretended to be sick. And they took me to this miraculous fountain of the lions, they called it, where the water heals you of all ailments and keeps you young. So he's fallen in with the Jinn, says the Sultan. So now the Sultan is getting fearful of his own son, thinking his son will seeking to supplant him by using these. I must try to accost my son at all somehow and lay hands on him and his attendants, but his attendants are jinn. They would just disappear and dissipate. I don't know what I should do. He is going to take my kingdom from me. The king starts to get jealous of his son Ahmad and kind of wishes he had fallen in with the jinn and was a king of the jinn realm himself. This is not fair. My own son. What do you think I should do, witch? And the witch says to him, well, your majesty, I think you should set your son... I think you should set your son some tasks as a gift from a son to a father from his newfound realm. Ask him to give you these miraculous gifts, like water, from the fountain of the lions that I drank from. Very well. So the next time Ahmed was visiting his father, he says to his son, I know where you have been going. You are married to a queen of the jinn, and you are a king of that realm. And as a father to a son, I've heard that there's a miraculous fountain, the fountain of lions, that has water that can heal all wounds and keep you young. I would love to. And Ahmed is just shocked. Father, I don't know how you know all this, but you know it now, and I'm glad that you're okay with all of this. Now the task you ask of me, I don't know how I'm going to approach my beloved. I would love to help my father in his old age look young and healthy. I will do my best, Father. I will see what I can do. So Ahmed goes back to his wife, the Perie Banou, and tells her everything. I don't know how my father knows, but he knows, and he wishes, as a gift from your realm, some of the magic water. I think I know how he knows, Ahmed. You were too busy wanting to visit your father all the time. It slipped your mind. That woman, she was a witch like I had foreseen. That we helped and healed with the healing water from the lion fountain. And if you want to get the water for your father, you must take a shank of lamb with you and throw it to the two lions, and they'll eat it. So he does this, and he throws it to the lions, and they're occupied, and he goes to collect the water. The lions get up, and they notice him. They start to chase him. They chase him all the way out to his father's palace, where he has the water. But the lions are more like bodyguards, and they escort him to his father's palace now. And Prince Ahmed comes to his father and says, Father, I brought you the water of the lion fountain of the jinn realm. Thank you, my son, but I have another task for you. I have heard that the jinn have a massive pavilion that can hold as large an army, but it can fit in the palm of your hand when you're not using it. Father, how can you ask me to ask another thing of my beloved? But how can I refuse a request of my beloved father? All right, very well. And so Ahmed goes and he tells his beloved Perie Banou what his father requests. Oh, Ahmed, we do have such a thing. We do have a pavilion like your father asks. Here, bring this to him. And he brings it to his father. See, thank you, Ahmed. And now the king is getting a little greedy. He wants more and more from this jinn realm in order to make himself feel more powerful and above his son. He says to his son, I have one other request I want to ask of you. I have heard that in the jinn realm there is a man who is no more than 1.5 feet high. But he's very, very strong, and he uses a big iron bar as a quarterstaff. I want you to bring me such a man. So he goes to Perie Banou. Oh, father, how can I ask another request of my beloved? But I must do it for my father. So Ahmad goes to his beloved Perie Banou and tells her about his father's next request. And she says, oh, but there is such a man. He's my brother, Shaiba. And I think he would love to not only meet your father, but to meet you. Come, Shaiba. And Shaiba comes in.
So this is your brother, the famous Prince Ahmed. I'm sorry I did not meet you on your coronation day, but I was busy off doing adventures and righting wrongs. Now, why do you summon me?
My father, he wants to meet you.
Should I go, sister?
He looks at Perie Banou. Yes, I think you should meet Ahmed's father.
Very well, very well.
So they go with the jinn repertoire, and they go to the Sultan's palace. Make way, and they enter the throne room. Shaiba, this little 1.5 foot high man, roughly, with his great iron quarterstaff, comes up to the Sultan and says, and as they go through the city, even as they go through the palace, everybody trembles in fear because this little man is so fierce and he's so exotic and strange. Nothing like anything they've ever seen. Now shuddering. And as soon as he comes into the courtroom, the Sultan starts to shiver in fear. Oh, he gasps in horror. Oh my God, he does exist. He thinks to himself, the Sultan. And the Shaiba goes up to the Sultan with his quarterstaff, pounds it on the ground, and says,
I am here. You have summoned me. Now what do you wish of me?
And the king recoils in disgust and fear. And Shaiba takes this as an insult.
What? I've never been more insulted in my life.
He takes his great iron quarterstaff and bangs the Sultan on the head, killing him dead instantly.
And now, all you courtiers who've given the Sultan bad advice, I will slay, and he whacks and kills each one.
But he spares the good, kind-hearted vizier because he knows he has a good heart and has always tried to give the Sultan good advice.
And now I know there is a certain witch who has misconstrued mischief to try and pollute the Sultan and steal our riches from our realm. Where is she? Where is the witch? There she is!
And she goes to the witch cowering in the corner.
Now you die!
And he bashes the witch with his mighty quarterstaff of pure iron bar.
And now, Prince Ahmed, I think it is fitting that you shall be the king of this mighty kingdom in North India, as well as of my kingdom of my sister, Perie Banou of the Jinn.
And so they were wedded. And Ali, his older brother, and his cousin Princess Noronha, he makes them royal lords of a province within the kingdom. And Ahmed tries to contact Hussein, who's now living at a Sufi lodge as a dervish. And Hussein is very happy that the evil has been destroyed, and he's very happy for his brother's happiness. But he says, I am content to live here with my sheikh, to seek my true beloved within. The end.